Good evening, everybody. We appreciate you being here. Thank you for taking time to join us this evening. We have a good show for you tonight. I just want to wondering why all that stuff's doing that, but you know what? It is. I don't even know what's going on, folks. That was interesting, wasn't it? So I get it. I'm getting feedback. That's what I think I'm getting. So we appreciate you joining us tonight, and we are talking about what is your secret influence, and uh, is it raising your awareness? We hope so. I'm just not sure why I'm getting feedback at all. All right. So these shows are brought to you by the LWN Media Productions and the LWN Live with Nature Foundation, and that is a registered 501c3 located right here in Sarasota, Florida, and it is a resource for leadership, transformational change. I hope we don't keep on getting feedback. This is where we're going. This podcast offers the viewer the opportunity to grow. Oh, maybe that's that may be why. I don't know. Welcome to live TV, folks. All right, so you're watching this show for a reason. That's why you are here. You may not agree with everything we talk about tonight, but I know that if you apply these principles, anybody can do it. It's not uh, one person versus another. We appreciate you. But if you leave, you might miss the show, the important part. I don't know why it's playing back. So Nick Ronald, can maybe somebody tell me, is it like feeding back to you? Are you hearing me talking to you? All right. Nick Ronald is known as the secret influencer because he is the secret influencer. He has a copyright and a marketing business, and he believes in the importance of positive influencing skills that are needed by everyone in life. We all need to influence each other and people in our lives for success at jobs, interviews, to get a promotion, or to get clients, customers, and sales uh, in their business. So we should be influencing other people in relationships when we create connections and establish rapport. Nick has helped hundreds of small businesses, especially coaches and consultants, grow a unique brand using his techniques. I tell you what, without further ado, I'm gonna try and figure this out, but in the meantime, I'm gonna bring up let me look at my comments here. Joshua, thank you for joining. Uh, Here is Nick Ronald.
Thank you for having me, Stephen. Great to be on the show.
Yes, I mean, I'm hearing myself on my speaker, but I don't know what's going on.
Oh, it's fine. It's not too bad, mind.
Welcome, though. How are you doing, Nick?
Fantastic. Yes, no, I'm really well. Good day, and I follow your show, so it's great to appear in it myself. So good to be on the show. Thanks for inviting me.
I almost wish I had some earplugs so I didn't hear two things going at once. Maybe I should turn down my speaker or something. Yeah, I don't know. Are you hearing the same thing I'm hearing? Are you hearing
There's
the
a
feedback?
slight echo. Slight echo.
Okay. All right. So, folks, let us know if you're hearing the feedback too, or it's just not our end. So why don't you do us a favor, start to tell the viewers a little bit about yourself, Nick. You've got a lot going on. We've known each other for years. It's really awesome. So tell us you.
Of course. So, yes, I have the nickname of a secret influencer because I believe that influencing is a real key skill that we all need in life. And I think that if we want to achieve success in anything, whether it's getting a job, growing your business, or in relationships, we need to be able to influence other people. I think, if you look at getting a job with an interview, you've got to influence the interviewers over why they should hire you. If you want to get promotion, you've got to persuade the managers why you've got the skills to be promoted. And business, you've got to be able to influence people to listen to you, see the benefits of your product or service, and buy or become customers or clients. Life, even relationships, we've got to be able to positively influence people to be interested in what we've got to say. So I think influencing is such a key skill. And even often we influence people without realizing it. And I've got a funny story of my son when he was 2 years old and learning to walk and talk. And one time he came up to me and he said, I need a beer. And I said, you're only 2 years old and you don't need a beer. And then he stood his ground and said, no, I really need a beer, and toddled off. And I realised it's because in the mornings I'd often be really tired and I'd say, oh, I need a beer. I really need a beer. And I didn't, without realising, especially children, they listen and they remember things. But you often, generally, you do it. We everything we say has the potential to influence people. And I think it's such a key skill. Influencing people is really about creating impact. And getting your message across. It's a positive skill. So I use this foundation of influencing to guide my business, which is all about, which is called Secret Influence, which is all about helping businesses, particularly sort of small new businesses, startups, and I work with a lot of coaches, consultants, to be able to use skills of influence in the way they grow their brand and get more customers or clients. So that's that's something I'm very fascinated with. And I think sort of understanding people, it's always interested me. And I studied sociology and I became a qualified NLP practitioner myself. So understanding, how people interact and how people can influence others positively and how people engage with each other has always fascinated me. And that's what's guided a lot of what I do.
That's awesome. So awesome. Thank you. So I want to just acknowledge our viewers, and we want to say thank you to Robert Brooker. He's watching us up there from Toronto, Canada,
Yeah.
Ontario.
Hi,
Joshua
Rob.
Bergman, we love you, brother. He is one of my mentors. He's the guy that got me to not just quit. And it's like, thank you, Joshua. I mean, I'm really glad that I didn't. And then Donya. We love you, Donya. Thank you very much for joining us. Donya is part of our organization with the CV by Design. That is totally awesome. Oh, this is the first time I've ever heard 2 feeds at one time, and so I'm struggling. Try to pay attention to what you're saying. Um, all right. So, yeah, no, that's not yet. This is it. Okay. I do have Nick tonight with us. This is a leadership opportunity for you to learn and for you to grow. Your opinion does count. Do email us with your comments or your considerations, or hopefully all good news. We'll take the bad news because you know what? If we're making a mistake, we want to hear that too. Let us know. Good to know podcast at gmail.com. We do have the opportunity to watch the show on demand, which is really because you can go to e360 TV network. This is a direct link to my broadcast. If you do download the e360 TV application on your Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple, or Android TV, you can then go to the positive vibrations and get to know broadcast positive vibrations. Come and see us and watch. Tell your family and friends. We appreciate that part. Um, I'm gonna just try and do this. I'm just gonna go to a public service announcement right this moment. I am a member of Chemo Buddies for Life. We love them. Let's hear from them.
Life is so fragile, and we're constantly reminded just how fragile life can be, especially when we or a loved one is told we have cancer. Cancer survivor myself, I can tell you, we still feel very alone in this journey.
There's a study that's been shown that patients who are socially isolated have a worse prognosis, have a worse outcome than patients who are socially interconnected.
Buddies for Life is a non-profit cancer support group for those whose life has been impacted by cancer. Humor, hope, heart, and hugs.
Humor, hope, heart, hugs, and a whole lot of love.
Share this with your friends and family and support this community in every way you can. No one should face cancer alone.
I am a chemo buddy for life.
We are a buddies network.
No one does cancer alone.
Be a buddy.
And we are all here for you as a community of love.
We are chemo buddies for life.
And if you've heard 3 words, you have cancer, for yourself or someone else, you belong with us at Chemo Buddies for Life.
Healing through connections.
Okay. Thanks for listening, folks. You can reach Chemo Buddies for Life at cb4l.org. All right, Nick. Because I had 2 videos going audio at the same time, I couldn't really hear what you were telling us about the front end. I know that we know each other through Mental Health Warriors. Let me put that banner up because, folks, that is a really good organization. You know that I support the mental health, the cancer, and the homeless. And let me see. Yeah, we got somewhere. The bottom? I don't know. No, that's there. Okay, we want you to go right here and watch Mental Health Warriors TV every Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can get it on Facebook. You can get it on YouTube. We'd love for you to come there. That is my dear good friend Adam, and he has regular broadcasts, and you're almost always on, aren't you, Nick?
Yes, no, I appeared every Friday on the show, pretty much. Yes, no, it's a fantastic show. You know, if it's there to raise awareness of mental health issues. I think it's one of those things that we can never do too much to raise awareness of mental health. The more we talk about it, the more we give people a space to talk about it, the more we raise issues, discuss them. It's only ever a good thing. And, you know, I think it's really a great opportunity for myself to be a part of, you know, the Mental Health Warriors and be part of it as it grows and grows. It reaches more and more people. And I think we're seeing it, you know, grow a lot as in the amount of people who follow it, subscribe to it, watch it. And there's a growing waiting list now for people to be in the show. So it's, you know, it's growing in the amount of countries. And I think, you know, it's a reflection of the sort of part of the format, you know, we have where we basically have got, you know, some team members like myself and Adam on the show, and then we have, you know, often perhaps sometimes an expert, sometimes just someone who's had experience, and it's really, you know, it's not giving an answer, because often there is no answer to challenges in life or, you know, mental health struggles, but it's just about people sharing their experiences, how they cope with things, and different ways of looking at things. So, yeah, I urge, you know, anyone who's interested in, you know, mental health and, you know, wanting to support it, and just to go on the show, follow the shows, you know, check it out. And every Friday we broadcast on Facebook and YouTube.
Well, people can be part of a private group as well, you know, so that you can feel safe. That's always really good. They have that too. So we want you to reach out, folks. You can reach out to Nick. I've got a couple of links right here for it. He does have a website. So you want to go to his website, secretinfluence.co.uk. He also has a YouTube channel. And so I wanted to ask you about how you feel that you decided that secret influence was an important factor for what you're trying to do and what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah, I mean, I think that our mindset, is important how we approach life, and when we go through struggles, then it's hard to keep a confident mindset. It's hard often when we go through difficulties to be resilient and be positive, in fact optimistic, and I think being able to develop that positive mindset in times of challenge is one of the hardest things to do. But I think that and there's a lot of a crossover with what I do on my work with mental health support and organizations, and what I do with my other channels. So I think going back to the sort of influence thing, I think in life, if we don't we're constantly trying to be influenced by social media, and in particular, but we're bombarded with people and messages telling us what to do, what to buy, what to believe. And I think being able to sort of influence others is about standing up and for what we believe in and sharing our story or our message. And having that confident mindset to be able to do that is part of that process. So on my YouTube channel, Secret Influence TV, I share some tips around developing a confident mindset, and how to and some sort of marketing tips if you want to reach a wide audience and grow your brand. But also I interview people who I think are influencers, not in the, often we think, hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram, for fashion brands. But I think I interview a lot of people who are, coaches and consultants. Authors. I interview film directors. I interview a lot of writers, a lot of actors. I interview hypnotists. I interview anyone who I think's got a they're creating an impact in the world, and they're influencing an audience in a positive way. And everyone's got a story to tell, and I think that's what defines us, our own individual story. And I think part of what I do when I interview people is just people who have an opportunity to share their story about why they do what they do, and that's often what led to what they do. And so it's always looking for different people to interview
as well, right? I mean, I was looking in here and oh my God, yeah, that's right. Ronald's on it.
Yes, no, it's great to contribute to that. That's right. Yeah. So
you being an author, you've got a new book that you're working on that's going to be coming out soon, and we want you to go out. We want you to go to, if I could get it right, the right link here to the website. This one here.
Yes. So so I wrote, my first book was called Secret Influence: Communicate and Persuade with Power. So it's all about some of the techniques you can use to positively influence other people. It's not about deceiving people. It's about how to influence people so that they listen to you, so that they can see the benefits of what you're saying, what you're doing, and the importance of what you're trying to get people to engage with. So the book shared a lot of my techniques which people can apply to, particularly, I guess, the business world if they're trying to grow their brand and get more people to follow them or buy their products. But and that did really well, and that's my first book. I'm also got a couple of books which are in pre-production kind of next year. So one is a book about the link between wealth and money and happiness and success.
Right.
It's called a average guy's journey to yes to success. It's because it brings together all of the things that I've found quite fascinating. You know, what is the relationship between money and success and happiness? And I share my story and experiences, and linked to a lot of studies. And it's a book we work a long time, so that's coming out early next year. And also another book is coming out is. Say again?
I want you to do that. You can influence
Yes.
the UK, and they can send you information and say, "Put me on the wait list," okay? That's so very cool. So you
Definitely.
help people with money, with certainly wellness. That's a big part of it, right? And that's where the mental health warriors come in.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. So what does community mean to you, and what do you do with community?
Yeah, so I've always been passionate about mental health. I mean, it's when I was working in my career, I worked in marketing, but I worked in a lot of social care and charities and mental health charities. And I volunteered a lot when I was working as charities, and it's always been something I've always wanted to be involved in. And I think creating a community is one of the most important things. Community where you're connected with like-minded people who can support each other. And I think that is the best way to get support, to be part of a community, a tribe, where you get a mutual support. And certainly, I've been a member of Toastmasters a long time, which is an organization for improving your public speaking leadership. And a lot of the speeches that I give are around mental health and well-being. And I've written I write a lot of blogs about this subject. So it's something that I take every opportunity to share my thoughts on the subject. And so getting involved in Mental Health Warriors was an ideal way to get even more involved in a growing community. And I think that's what the Mental Health Warriors is it really is about growing a community. So people who join the community, whether on Facebook or whatever, it's about feeling they're part of a supportive community. I think community is a key word, isn't it? That's something I think we've lost touch with a bit in this modern world.
Knowledge Camera Hunter is watching. We appreciate you so very much. She actually, she's doing impact series. I don't know if you remember that from years ago. And so she was #1 impactor. I followed her from there. She told me about E360 TV. She is an E360 TV host. We do want you to go to that E360. You can watch her as well, right there on E360 TV. What I want to do right now for a quick moment is to offer the opportunity for everybody to grow, for everybody to learn. Now, I've been doing NLP for about a year and a half. I'm working through that process. I know that this Tuesday, 22nd and the 23rd, next Tuesday, is the opportunity for you to attend this seminar with Nirka. She is my mentor there. Let me get the information. I think what I'm going to do is share this. If I can do that, I'm going to share my screen. And it's about achieving your goals fast. This is going to be free for you folks. Let's see, I can't. Okay, there we go. Achieve your goals fast with Nirka. October 22nd, October 23rd. Really great opportunity for you to learn, for you to grow, for you to achieve your goals fast, right? So do join us if you can. It's free, 2 hours or hour and a half for 2 days. I'll put the link in here, and you can go ahead and check out more information and see if this might be interesting to you. I think it's worth at least a try, folks. All right, so that's the 22nd, 23rd, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for an hour and a half both days. All right, there we go. Okay, Tamara's show. Here we go. Yeah, the Lex Top Fabulous Show, E360 TV, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, folks. You can enjoy that show on e360tv.com, or you can go to Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple or Android, iOS as well. They're broadcasting it out to many places too, so that's really awesome. We love that. Thank you very much, Tamara. I'm all about promoting things that I believe in. That's why you're here, Nick, because I believe in you. I believe that you've got a great brand. You help people, care about community. I know the community is important. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a career show real quick here. Total Coatings is a local opportunity for you to research your bathtub tile, countertop, sink, uh, do fiberglass repair as well as fiberglass showers. Let's hear from them right now.
We let our bathtub go too long. It had rust in it. It had deep pitting in it. There were chips. I, quite frankly, thought it was unrepairable.
Total Coatings is a family-owned and operated bathtub and shower refinishing company. We've been around since 2006, but we use a exclusive non-toxic porcelain coating that was developed over 60 years ago by a franchise in California. So the product is very well established. We refinish bathtubs, showers, wall tile, countertops, and even sinks. Customers want to know what makes our product different, and that's, of course, the exclusive non-toxic porcelain. We also don't acid etch the surface, so you don't have to leave your home because of noxious fumes.
I was completely and utterly shocked. It looked like a brand new bathtub. I would recommend Total Coatings to anybody.
We want to thank Total Coatings for that. That is a great opportunity for you to refinish your bathtub, make it like brand new, save a ton of money if you happen to be in Sarasota, Manatee, or Charlotte counties. Reach out to them, www.totalcoatings, coatings.com. I'm really, never figured that I'd be doing their commercials, but it's like, okay, well, that's how the universe works, right?
That is.
So, all right. I want you to talk to the viewers. I want to ask you this question. See how you're going to answer it, and then we'll go from there. So, do you have any regret at all, Nick?
Yeah, I do have regrets. I think, look at so. I think I've had periods where I struggled in my self belief, and I guess regretting my regrets are that I didn't have a confidence that I in self belief that I should have had, or because that held me back in my life. And I think that's regrets that I've lost opportunities. So when I was young, I was.
How about, would you do anything different, or what would you tell your younger self right now? Do this.
Yeah, I think I would say, if I was looking, tell my younger self, I'd say to take more risks. I think that sometimes it's easy to play safe and stay in our comfort zone. And I was very much a no person. People have said, "Do you want to do this?" And opportunities arose. I'd often, when I was younger, say no. To keep safe zone. And I think actually now I'd say yes all the time to any opportunities. But I think that would definitely be, I would say, take more risks, and life is a risk. You never know the outcome. But yeah, don't don't avoid staying in a comfort zone, because you'll never grow if you stay in the comfort zone. You only really grow as a person when you take risks, and often opportunities are risks. And I think that often the most challenging situations are the ones that offer the most opportunity. So I would definitely, if I could relive my life, I would have taken more risks and stepped up my comfort zone and see where it took me, and it probably would have given more opportunities.
That's really awesome. I mean, for myself, I'm not having any regrets anymore. Did I make a lot of poor choices? Oh yeah, I did. And so I'm sorry for the people that I hurt, but I wouldn't change anything, because if I was to change anything personally, we wouldn't be talking here probably. So I'm really happy that we're here, we're talking, we're having fun, we're educating, and that's what's beautiful about this show. I think it is so much different than the average run-of-the-mill show. I just do want to plug Joshua T. Berglund. I do. This is what he said, and I did a quick clip. It's only like 15 seconds. Listen to that real quick.
And I've been saying it for a while now, but like, it really is time, like now, because things are about to change, and most Americans are not ready for what's about to happen. I know for a fact, because I mean, this is my expertise.
So he's made me really think. We are in the process of a lot of change right now, aren't we, Rick?
Yeah, I mean, I think regrets are a bit of never a good thing, because we can't change the past. We all have our own journey, and I think when I met people, yourself, Stephen, and people in the Mental Health Warriors, some of the people I know in the group, and been through some really tough stories, and they a lot of people have said they've done things they regret, and they've not been a good person at certain points of their life, but they've learned from that, and they've become a better person. And I think life is really too short for regrets. It's what we do now and in the future matters.
You have to be willing to change. I mean, so I try not to be I'm trying even more not to be opinionated, right? Because I grew up in an opinionated, judgmental environment. So was I judgmental and opinionated? Well, yeah, I was. So I'm trying not to be. And so the whole point is that this is where truly I think Nirika, or I think Nirika is actually referred to as, is been such a dynamic force in my life, because I've been able to learn about myself. Because doesn't it start within ourselves, looking at ourselves and saying, okay, I did that, accepting I did that, and then changing what we're doing so that we can transform our life and start enjoying every day?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have to be honest to ourselves, and that we're all full of flaws, but be honest and say that I've made mistakes, and I know that at times I do this, say this, but by being understanding ourselves and being honest, then that's how we move forward. It's having that growth mindset where we're open to, we can all continually improve. That's part of our growth. It's about, like you mentioned earlier, about learning. If we're continually looking at the world and saying, what can I learn that will improve my life, improve me as a person, so I can be a better person but help others. And we only can do that if we're open-minded and have that sort of mindset to grow and constantly be sort of learning, because that's only a positive thing.
Well, that's kind of, to a degree, the basis of the show, is the ability to learn, the ability to grow, the ability to apply the principle. Yes, it starts with I want something different. I mean, if you're okay, and that's where I was kind of going, I didn't complete my thought. Complacency is like a really bad word for me, because then I'm like, oh, I'm okay. I'm happy with my life. Well, I was okay being a drunk too, because I mean, I did to that point. And but would I would I have been doing TV? No, I wouldn't be doing TV. But would I
There you go.
be helping other people like you help other people? No, I wouldn't be probably helping. I'd be helping
Yeah, then I guess you must be proud of that, Stephen. Like you said, to what you're achieving now, to look back and like you said, if you thought you would never 10 years ago, you wouldn't be at the position of having a TV show and helping other people. So that shows, I think the potential that we all have.
That just goes to show that, I mean, and I didn't know that I didn't plan. It's not like that. And for most of my life, it was help. And so that's where, for me, I mean, I have a connection with God. God said, "Hey, look, he'll let me do whatever I want to do, and he'll let you do whatever you want to do." That's the magic. That's maybe why so much strife in the world these days. But he made my life so much more peaceful, joyful, happy. Putting on that belt, belt of honesty, belt of faith, and the armor of God, right? And then benefiting from the fruits of the Spirit. And I think we all know and feel that it's just better to be nice instead of like opinionated and mean. And, I mean, sure I was. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can't go wrong if you're got good intentions. Sometimes things we say or do don't always have the effect we thought to have on other people. But if we do things with the right intention, the intention to say and do nice things, we have that good authentic intention, then we can't really go wrong. But I think it's we can not everyone will always agree with what we say in life, or whatever we say or do, there's always going to be some people who perhaps disagree. But I think as long as we have a good intention, that we intend our message and our actions to be of positive benefit to other people, we mean well, then that's the most important thing. But I mean, kindness, there's that random acts of kindness, thing that, where, just little kind acts can make a ripple effect. I think, like if you sometimes I go into a shop and, see people on a till with a shop in a supermarket. And if you say, have a great day, and they don't expect it, and then you've changed their day, and then they might then, because they're in a better mood, they say, they are nice to someone else. It's a ripple effect, but a small act can have a big effect in a wider way.
It rubs off on other people, doesn't
it? It does, yeah. It does, exactly.
You put a smile on somebody else's face. I mean, I get so much joy out of that. And it kind of goes back to the pay it forward concept, random acts of kindness, and how wonderful that stuff is. Yeah, I mean, life is so much better and so much bigger and broader and bigger. It's like it's never expected in the past, because I just didn't see any of this, and I'm so blessed. I do want to acknowledge Neil's Angel, who is she came in late, and she had a client. That's really awesome. We're hoping you're doing well with that. And Neil's Angel is she's coming to us from Spain, and that's really awesome. And you're coming to us from. Well, tell us where you're coming from. What's that?
Yeah, I'm based in London, in England, in the UK. So it's quite late over here. So but it's it's worth obviously worth it to be in the show. But it's nice to connect for people across the fast and walk like this.
I really thank you so very much, Nick, for taking time, because I know it is late.
Oh, that's great to be in the show.
So awesome, though. And that's where Adam is too as well. He's in the UK, helping with, and that's an amazing thing. I just look back on that, and I remember I had him on my broadcast many years ago, and at that point, he didn't want to really. Well, I don't think he really liked other people, being around other people and stuff. And then now he's doing his own television show. It's like I'm so proud of him. So we do want to, of course, remind everybody that you can be a member and be part of this mental health warriors. Let me see.
I mean, it's funny, because I met Adam through Facebook, and
Where is it at? Right here. Mental health
and then
warriors.
I met
Every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard on Facebook and YouTube. They do have a private group. You can be a member of that private group. You can also be a member of the private group with the Chemo Buddies for Life, because who hasn't been touched, right? Who hasn't been touched by mental health issues? Yeah, I was on both occasions, you know. And so this is where when we reach out to help other people, it's really awesome. I want people to go see your show. I really do. You have a great show. How often are you doing that broadcast?
My own broadcast. I normally do one every sort of couple of weeks. It's
okay.
It's that's not as regular as some shows, but
so that means they need to go to YouTube. They need to click the subscribe, and then
definitely
they get the notifications so that they can get notified when you're doing
yes,
the live.
definitely subscribe, get notifications of an upcoming interview. You don't want to miss them. We've got some fantastic people lined up. We've got a couple of film directors, some really interesting characters. Showing what they do and how they how they sort of engage engage with audience.
I felt very blessed. You had me on your show recently.
I did, yes, you were great.
Really
It's cool. Great to get you on the show.
Now you're on the show too, and so I want to do this with us in the future for sure, because I really support what you're doing. Now you're planning to take let me. Is it a leap of fear and overcoming that fear, and you're going to be doing some comedy?
Yes, so I think making people laugh is yeah. I mean, laughing is the best therapy, isn't it? We laugh, we feel, lifts our spirits. We feel better when we laugh, and if you can make other people laugh, what a fantastic skill that is. And if you're interviewing people or you speak on stage, if you can make the audience laugh, you've hooked them in. You've engaged with them, and it's a fantastic skill. So. And I always like a challenge as well. So, yes, I've decided to sign myself up for some stand-up comedy in a club in London at the end of November, Backyard Comedy Club. So I'll be doing my first stand-up show. And, I think, it's see how it goes, this new challenge. But I think genuinely, it's something...
multi-talented guy.
Yeah, so it's we'll see how it goes.
It's so awesome. It was a leap of faith for me. I guess I tried to project that, right? It is about overcoming the obstacles, breaking through the barriers, and a word that's been sticking in my brain lately for whatever reason. I was from Alcohol the other night, and no fear. And I've always believed that, God tells us that we don't need to have fear. Why have fear? Things are going to be the way they are. And when we accept them the way they are, page 417 of the big book, when I have a problem with a person, place, thing, or situation, I have to recognize it's not that person or the place or the situation. It's me, and my thinking. And so when I change my thinking, or I'm willing to change my thinking, that is the first step, even just having that desire to want to do something different. And that's what the LWN will help you with. That's what people like Nick will help you with. I know so many people that will do so many things. It's an old story. Well, old story for me. If I don't know the answer, I will find out. And if they don't know the answer, I'll tell you, we don't know the answer. I'm not just going to make something up.
Sure. No, I agree. I've got this going back to Toastmasters, when I started with that and I took on a lot of leadership roles, and I remember the first one, they asked me to be president of a club, and I thought, president? I can't be president of a club. And then I did it, and I that's fine. Obviously I wasn't the best in the world, but I learned, it's a learning experience. And then they said, do you want to be the area director? I said, area director? What? 10 clubs? I can't do that. And each time I had a leadership opportunity and I took it, I had the voice of doubt. I thought, how can I do this? VP of PR, vice president of PR. But the point is, I think each time, we limit ourselves by, whether we can do something or not. But we only know by doing, and also we learn by doing. So the best way to learn is by doing. So each time I took these leadership roles, I learned because I'd never done them before, but I learned and improved. But each time I had those doubts, and I think it's our, we hold ourselves back. We're our own worst enemies sometimes, and I think it's like
you met some pretty famous, popular people just recently, didn't you? How are you doing that? Tell us how, because you're so dynamic. I mean, I'm seeing these posts, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, I think I changed, like I said, earlier about changing my mindset from a no mindset, where to a yes mindset. And so now I think I try and take every opportunity to, if anyone says, do I want to speak on stage or speak at a podcast or do a new role, leadership role, I just try and take every opportunity, because I think it's only by taking opportunities that you know if you can whether you can
well, do well. It is about mindset. It's about what do we think, which creates what we do, which creates the next opportunity for us. Because if we don't want to change, we don't want to do anything, that is complacency, and then find, you're happy there for real, and I'm happy for you to be there. I'm just glad that I do learn and I do grow. And I appreciate all the viewers that are taking time to come and join us. Let me look at the compliments. Oh, yeah. Nose Angel is, laughter is the best medicine. I've had other comedians on before, and it was really great. And Nose Angel, all right, Nose Angel, I'll tell you what you need to do here. Let's see if I can do this. You need to reach out to Nick, and he has a website, and it's secretinfluence.co.uk. I want you to send him a quick email. He will give you information, because you've got several things going on. Why don't you just tell us? We're kind of running down on time. But why don't you tell us about what's going on and what you would tell the viewers about what, the opportunities that they have to learn and that they have to grow?
Yes, definitely. So, of course, always looking for opportunities to, speak on stage, speak on a podcast, share, what I'm doing, and share, my thoughts on how to get a, confident mindset, how to transform your life, how to be a good inspirational leader, and any opportunities, like I say, speak about that. But also, open to sort of collaborations for speaking, working together, and certainly, yes, go to my website, drop me a message if you have any questions. I do a lot of writing and blogs, and co-authored some papers, and again, happy to contribute to any books. So definitely check out my YouTube channel, leave a message website, and always looking to connect with people. It's definitely.
Yeah, you put yourself out there, and you're always on the Mental Health Warriors show. I'm pretty sure of that. And that's really important. You can reach out to him. He is on LinkedIn and Facebook, of course. So we really appreciate that part. I do want to put a couple mentions out here for we care about your health. I know that you do too, Rick. You care about people's health because when we have good health, we can do the next right thing. It helps us to have the energy and everything that we need to have. Getting good food these days is a difficult thing. I know that Beauty by Design is a product that I am represent. Um, Beauty by Design is a product that I do represent, and I've been doing it for 5 years, and it will give you everything that you need, and you can be a first responder, you can take a drug test and pass a drug test, and you can help your health, help your heart, help your body. It's really important. I do support as well. Hang on, this one here. I do this one here, yes. Second Heart Homes, and we had Megan on, and that is such a dynamic organization here in Sarasota. Um, they have 11 homes where they take people that with mental health situations or they're homeless, give you a roof over your head and regular plumbing. It takes me back when I was homeless in 2010. It's like, uh, I like to camp. I didn't wanna make it a lifestyle, and so these, people at Second Heart Homes give you that opportunity. We do also have Cardio Miracle. It is a powerful antioxidant, and between that, now that's not as I'll just tell you, Beauty by Design, that's a real deal there. This is more for your heart health, okay? So, yeah, we appreciate that. Uh, what final thought do you have for the viewer, Nick?
Final thoughts would be to, I think, look what you want to achieve in life. We should all have, what are we passionate about? What do we want to achieve in life? We all have different views of success and happiness. It's an individual thing, but have that vision, have that dream, and set goals to how you get there, and don't let our own sort of doubts hold us back. Just try and have a growth mindset and be open to opportunities, and I think develop that sort of confidence mindset, because there's a lot of opportunities out there. And the best way to seize those opportunities is to connect to other people, to have conversations, to stand up and like I said about influencing people. Say what your message is. How you want to help people, what your story is. And how you can influence people positively by inspiring other people. I think like you're saying, influential leadership. The best leaders are people that inspire other people. And that's the best form of influence, is inspiration. So and humor, good health, these are so important, because if we can't laugh at things, then we haven't got a health, we haven't got anything. So just getting the right priorities, which is being healthy, happy, and that positive mindset. So
that's very cool. So you can reach out to Nick, www.secretinfluence.co.uk. We want you to check out Mental Health Warriors TV and the group if you want to be in the group. We definitely want to talk about Chemo Buddies for Life. We want you to come back and enjoy the show. Right now, currently, we're doing it Mondays and Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to change here soon, next year. I'm going to just go to one show a week. It's going to be Mondays, folks. So it's like hey, guess what? I'm only going to be doing it once a week. All right. So I do want to tell everybody, do good, love God, be well, be blessed, come back, watch the show again. We appreciate you so very much. You're really awesome, a great person. The community, I'm sure, loves you. You know that. I do. Our viewers love you. And we want you all to come back, see us again soon, and have a good week. All right. Enjoy, everybody. All right. We'll see you later, folks. Thank you, Nick.
Thanks.
All right.
Great, guys.
For
Good
now.
show. Take care.